Hello everyone. I have been very slack and not not edited my March TBR. So I filmed it and I've been reading my March TBR, but you guys have not seen that video, of course. So welcome back to anyone that is coming back and watching my videos, or welcome to my videos if you are new. My name is Ella. Lately I've been only posting book content, but I really hope to get back to like my weekly vlogs and things like that. I have officially finished making my reading journal, so I'll give you guys a flip through of that and go through and actually fill it out for what I've done so far this year. I don't know why I haven't been on top of it, like why I haven't been doing it. I've been thinking about it, but just not doing it. So anyway, and then I've also got a book haul. I've got a bunch of books here that I have bought, so I'll give you a haul, and then I will also pop in my March TBR as well. So without further ado, I will show you the books that I bought first. So living in Australia, obviously you do see a lot of people in America getting like really cool books, a lot of like new releases sooner than you may and all the rest. None of these books have sprayed edges. America and England and the UK definitely take the cake for that. But anyway, I have splurged a little bit and gone and bought some books. So I generally shop at Big W, Kmart or QBD or Dimmicks for the Australian girlies. So first book that I bought this one from Big W. All the books within like our Australian bookstores, just so you guys are aware, Kmart and Big W range from around the $10 to the $18 mark. Whereas if you go to the proper like bookstores like QBD or Dimmicks, they're anywhere from about $17 to upwards. A general book might be about $23. So I try and buy as much as I can from Big W and Kmart, but they don't always have the releases or the books that are stocked traditionally in a bookstore. I went and bought a bunch. So my first one that I've got is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bodum Young. This one is the second book in a standalone series, the first one being Out on a Limb. I think that this couple is in the first book, or the couple in the first book is mentioned in this book. I can't remember. This one is about a married couple that joins a week-long wilderness exhibition to help them reconnect. So it's high school sweethearts Sarah and Caleb Linwood have always been a thing for sure. For the past 17 years, they have had each other's backs through all of life's ups and downs, but Sarah has begun to wonder who is she without her other half. When she decides to take on a fundraiser in memory of her late mother, Sarah wants nothing more than to prove that she doesn't need Caleb's help to succeed. But the event fails and Caleb uninvitedly steps in to save the day. The rift that follows unearths a decade of grievances and doubts. Are they truly the same people they were when they got married at 19? Are they supposed to be? Desperate to save what they know they once had, Sarah and Caleb join a grueling week-long hiking trip intended to guide couples through rough patches. Can two nature-averse people fight their way out of the woods in order to find their way back to their roots? So this one's quite different. I've seen a lot of people mention that they haven't ever really read like a romance book where you're already going into the book with them being married, like unless you're following on a series. This is purely a married couple that are struggling and then working their way through their struggles and whatever happens at the end. So I don't know whether I'm going to read Out on a Limb first. I think that I need to have a look and make sure, like, see if I need to read it in order. That's the first book. And then the second book, I actually picked this one up yesterday. So When in Rome by Sarah Adams. This is the first book in a series as well. I think there's like interconnected standalones once again. Yes. Okay. So the new book that came out is Beg, Borrow and Steal. And I didn't buy that because I haven't read any of the books. So the reason why I didn't buy that one is because I could never find this one, but I finally found it because Big W had restocked. So this is the first book, When in Rome. The second book is Practice Makes Perfect, and the third one that has recently been released in January is Beg, Borrow or Steal. So this book follows Amelia Rose, who is burnt out from years of maintaining her public image as pop princess Ray Rose. Inspired by her favourite Audrey Hepburn film, Roman Holiday, she drives off in the middle of the night for a break in Rome, Kentucky that is. Running the pie shop his grandmother left him, Noah Walker is busy enough as it is. But after finding Amelia on his front lawn in her broken down car, he decides to let her stay in his guest room on a very temporary basis, of course. As the two of them grow closer, Noah starts to see a new side to Amelia, kind-hearted and goofy, yet lonely from years in the public eye. Amelia may have to go back to her other life someday, but for now she's perfectly happy falling in love with the cozy small town she's found herself in, and her grumpy tour guide isn't half bad either. That sounds really good. I've heard really good things about this series. I don't know if it's like a smutty series or anything like that. I assume that there would be some bit of romance, of course, being a romance book. I haven't read anything by Sarah Adams, but I do have a couple of her books on my shelf. But anyway, so When in Rome is the second book that I bought. The next two, or probably the next three, particularly the next two, I haven't seen anything about them. Like, I'm heavily influenced by TikTok and Instagram and books that I see on YouTube and things like that. But these ones I just saw in Big W, and they were like $12, and I was like, why not? Let's just give them a go. The next book I picked up is called Unromance by Erin Connor. It's got like a shiny front. It's really cool. So the front page says, one cynic, one hopeless romantic, one rule, do not fall in love. So this one says, Sawyer Green is done with romance. Once a best-selling romance writer, she's been left with nothing but heartbreak and bitterness. So when Sawyer gets stuck in a lift with TV heartthrob and infamous serial monogamist, well, I can never say big words, Mason West, she is determined that this will not be their meet cute. But the universe has other plans. When the two bump into each other again, Sawyer and Mason make a plan. To cure this hopeless romanticism and her writer's block, Sawyer will become the rom-com love interest of Mason's dreams and ruin romance for him one trope at a time. There's just one rule, do not fall in love. What could go wrong? And some of the what are they called, like the reviews. One of them says, filled with sparkling banter, clever nods to the genre, and scorching hot scenes. And then another one says, a real love letter to romance fans. And there's a bunch of other ones saying that like they've just got really good chemistry, the banter's really good. It's a charming love story. So I'm excited to read this. I don't know if this author has got many other books. Have a gaze. Erin Connor, because I haven't heard her name before. Oh, by the looks of it, this is her debut novel. Because on Goodreads, there's no other book. Yeah, Unromance is her debut novel, and it is her love letter to rom-coms, a genre that is unapologetically joyful and cliche in the best possible way. Oh, that's exciting. I'll have to get onto this one soon. This one was only released in January. This one, I'm just heavily influenced by a hockey romance. Like, you could literally give me a book that you've told me every single person has rated it 1 star, but it's got a hockey romance, I will read it. This is Shoot Your Shot by Lexi Lafleur-Brown. I don't know if that's how you say the name, but anyway. It is obviously a hockey romance by the front of it. It says NHL insider and book talk influencer Lexi Lafleur-Brown's steamy and superstitious hockey rom-com. So the back says, when Jalen, JJ Jones, doesn't secure an NHL contract at the end of training camp, he worries his hockey career is over. But after an anonymous one-night stand on his last night in town, his luck turns around and a last-minute roster spot opens up on the Seattle Rainiers? I don't know. Connecting his fortune to the girl he spent the night with, superstitious Jalen is suddenly desperate to keep her around. Aspiring tattoo artist Lucy isn't so sure about the proposition to remain Jalen's lucky charm. She's been called a lot of things in her life, but good luck has never been one of them. But stuck in a career slump, Lucy has everything to gain. Hoping for an apprenticeship at a tattoo parlor hasn't offered her much stability, and Jalen is willing to pay any price to get Lucy to agree. So maybe sending him a routine text message before each game won't be too bad. What starts as an agreement to trade favours, a good luck text in exchange for tattooing practice for Lucy's portfolio, quickly turns into sizzling chemistry that's too delicious to deny. But Lucy's been in too many situations to even think about getting attached again, and Jalen is clearly only with Lucy as long as it's helping his gameplay. Neither of them expected that getting lucky could be so complicated. Lexi La something. Yep. Oh, I've just looked at the reviews and there's lots of 1 stars. Anyway. I think I jinxed myself in what I just said before, how if someone gave me a book that's 1 star, I'd still read it because it's a hockey romance. But anyway, like I said, I will still read it. The next one is called Set on You by Amy Leah, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen this on TikTok, but I'm not 100% sure. So this one on the front, so all of these say like TikTok sensations, and obviously because TikTok just takes everything. Ali Hazelwood has done a little review of it on the front, and it says just the right dose of delicious steam. So it says curvy fitness influencer Crystal Chen built her career shattering gym stereotypes. After a recent breakup, she has little time left for men, instead finding joy in the gym, her place of power and positivity. Enter firefighter Scott Ritchie, the smug new gym patron who routinely steals her favourite squat rack. Soon sparks start flying. As the ultra-competitive foes battle for gym domination, the last thing they expect is to run into each other at their grandparents' engagement party. And in the lead-up to the wedding, Crystal discovers there's a soft heart under Scott's muscled exterior. Bonding over family, fitness, and cheesy pickup lines, she just might have found her person. But when a photo of them goes viral, savage internet trolls put their relationship to the test. Are they strong enough to get through it? That one sounds good. That's got a bunch of reviews as well in the front. Okay, and then the last 2 books that I bought, Elsie Silver. So we've got Wild Eyes and Wild Side. This is the most recent one that's just been released. I had Wild Love sitting on my bookshelf forever and I never picked it up. And then I think last month I read it and I fucking loved it. Like, what did I rate it? It was either 4 or 5 stars. Anything Elsie Silver, put it on my TBR. Yep, 5 stars. I wrote everything about this book was perfect. It is a brother's best friend, small town romance billionaire. And I just said Elsie Silver is god tier for me. My camera is looking like it's going to overheat, so I will just speak for as long as I can until it turns off. So this one, Wild Eyes, the second book in the Rose Hill series, it says, a rugged mountain town seems like the perfect escape from a life in shambles until she run into the world's hottest single dad. So this one is about Skylar Stone and Weston Belmont, and Wes was in the first book, so I love that. And that is the brother of the first one. So that's that one. And then Wild Side, the most recent released, says, I've always dreamed of my wedding day, but not like this, not looking into the eyes of the man who betrayed me. Ooh. And this one is about Reese and I don't know who else. It just says It doesn't give me a name, even if it means marrying the enemy. Oh, Tabitha. That must be her name. So anyway, those are the books that I bought. I did buy a bunch of other books a couple of weeks. Okay, I'm going to give you a run through of my reading journal. I did start this twice. So this is the second one I've done, and I've learned that it doesn't have to be perfect. So that's my first page. I got these stickers on Amazon. They're so cute. So it's my 2025 reading journal. And then I can't remember what I was going to do there. Anyway, this is the reading shelf. So my reading goal for this year is 50 books. And then I will colour each star a different colour, and then each book will correlate with what star rating I gave it. This is the reading records page. So I'll write down all the names of the books, the author, the genre, the page number, and then the star. So I'm assuming that, I'm hoping that I'll read over 50 books, but at least this kind of tracks everything. I know it's kind of double handling, but whatever. I love this one. So this is for my favorite physical book of each month. I'll print the picture of the book, and it's like a Hall of Fame. And then this is for my favorite Kindle book, because I like to read off both my Kindle and physical books. This one I still need to fill out. I have got it wrote down on my phone. So 25 books that I want to read in 2025. And same thing, each time I read them, I'll just colour them in, and then that'll correlate with my list. This one here is the A through to Z challenge. So every time I read a book starting with the letter, say A, I'll write the name down. Not each time, but I'll write it for one book for each letter. There are some ones that are going to be quite hard to find. So I'm excited to complete this. There's a bunch of books I can already write down on here. Like I said, I just haven't completed it yet. So we will do that as well today. This one here is my 5-star reads. I rate a lot of books 5 stars. I think I just feel bad rating them lower. So I'm going to try and start rating them what I actually feel they're worth overall. But anyway, I will put probably my favorite 5-star reads on this page. I don't know, maybe like my God tier books. I'll see. This one here is book bingo. So this one here in the middle is free, so I can colour that one in now. And then every time I read a book that correlates with the section, I can cross it out. And then I try to get bingo. Obviously, that's the aim of the game. So there's a few in here that I can probably already fill out. Like, I think I've already read a book with a pink cover. One that would be set in a small town. What else? A new release. Like, there's a few things on there that I can... Oh, and a 5-star, obviously. I would have already rated a 5-star, which was Wild Love. Say, for example, I've got Wild Love, which was a pink cover and a 5-star. I'll only fill one out. And then the last but not least is my DNF grave. So I have already DNF one book this year, one or two books. I think one book, which I will speak through soon. I'm going to speak through all the books I've read so far just to get you guys up to track. So that's the last page of the things I'll fill in. And then this one here will be my January title page and the books that I put on my TBR. And then this page here will be the books that I ended up reading and my ratings for them. So I'll do that for the rest of the pages will be each month. I'm going to colour in the star ratings. And then I'm going to fill in on the book what I have already read. So we'll do that now. This is what it looks like so far. So I've had 3 3-stars, I've had 1 5-star, and I've had 4 4-stars. So as you can see, it very much varies. I don't know if I love that or hate that, but anyway, I've just wrote down the numbers and then at least it'll take me all the way to 50. So I'll fill out this page later because I can't be bothered. I have to print things. Now I can go through this and fill out the names. Okay, that's what I've got. And then the DNF grave, once I've printed out the photos, I can go through that. I do have some other stickers here, which I think I'm going to pop on the front page. So I literally just chose some random stickers and pop them on there. So we've got, I don't know if it's going to focus. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Closed for reading, book lover, books, 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 and then just a stack of books there. The month of March, I've just started uni. So I need to keep that in mind because reading can't be everything, obviously. I'm just going to have a look. It says 31 days in March. Okay, I'm going to choose 6 prompts and we'll see how we go from there. And I also want to keep in mind my Kindle book. So I'm going to have that open on my phone while I'm making my decisions because I always tend to forget what's on my Kindle. I can hear Coco. Hello. Are you saying hello? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, thank you. I also had to get my eyes tested, and it turns out that I'm oh, Jesus, I'll be blind when I poke my eye out. It turns out that I'm slightly blind, so I had to get, I can't even remember the name. I want to say Eisen, or something, I don't know. It's like long distance, and when you look down, it's like short distance, so anyway, let's get started. I feel this is going to be a bit chaotic with the dog here. If you haven't met Coco, this is my golden retriever. She's my daughter, and she is, how old are you? 9 months old, I think. 9 months old. My gosh. Mwah. Can you pick one? She's like, I'm literally just a dog. But anyway. Okay. 6 prompts for the month of March with like one book that I will continue to read, Aquamath, and then still got lessons in chemistry to finish. So, first prompt, we have got a random letter generator. Now, I don't really know what I mean by this. I guess I'll do a random letter generator, and in the first letter, if I've got a book that starts with that. Let's see, random letter generator. Okay, how do I do this? All right, I'm gonna click generate random letter. I got Q. Ooh, I don't even know if I'll have anything with Q. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't have anything with Q, and I don't even think I have any authors that have a Q either. All right, let's redo that. Random letter generator, H. Okay, we might be able to get somewhere else here. H. Okay, so I've got How to End a Love Story. We have got How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwang. I think this was on my TBR before. Yeah, it must be, because I've got an old prompt, a book with a reading related word in the title, and story was that. I don't know why I didn't get to this. I think I just must have had better books at the time that interested me more. So How to End a Love Story is about Helen, who is the best-selling author who can't write her own happy ever after, and Grant, who is a screenwriter with the movie star looks who can't afford his therapist. When the two of them are put together to adapt Helen's books for television, it should be a dream come true. Helen can start a new life in Hollywood, Grant can pay his mortgage. Only Grant Shepherd is the last person that Helen wanted to see again. She's never forgiven him for what happened 13 years ago, so no one is more surprised than her when sparks begin to fly between them in the writer's room. Their history is messy, their attraction is undeniable, and soon they're both in too deep. This wasn't meant to be a love story, but aren't the best endings the ones you never saw coming? And it's got pretty good authors on the front as well that have said that it's great. Emily Henry, Tessa Bailey, Carly Fortune. So we will give this one a go for the month of March, How to End a Love Story. Prompt number 2. A book with the most pages. All right. Well, I have to go through everything? Surely not. All right, let's have a look at this one. Pucking around. This has got 706. I will be very surprised if there's another one that has more pages. Binding 13 has 780 something. 789. All right. We are getting started on the Boys of Tom and series. I'm so excited to read this. I've actually been trying to find an excuse to pick it up, but because it's so long and because it's starting another series, it kind of put me off that, I guess. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm very excited to read this. A few of my favourite booktubers have read this book and they love it. Like, I love watching Larry and she's just fucking hilarious and she swears by these books. So it says, when two worlds collide, nothing will ever be the same again. Johnny Kavanagh has everything going for him, primed for stardom on the rugby pitch. He's a force to be reckoned with. Nothing will stop him hitting the heights. Not even the shy new girl at Tomlin College with sad eyes and hidden bruises. The one that distracts him as no one ever has. Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. She arrives at the prestigious private school praying for a fresh start, desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. On her very first day, she encounters the notorious Johnny Kavanagh. Instantly drawn to him, Shannon finds herself once again the target of bullies as she forms a fragile alliance with rugby's rising star. But as they fall into a complicated friendship and grapple with their undeniable chemistry, Johnny and Shannon cannot foresee the obstacles that will threaten their blossoming relationship. Yikes, she is long. I'm so excited. I might download this on my Kindle because it will be much easier to read and way less, what's the word? This is what happens when you film a video at 7 p.m. at night. Overwhelming. I think overwhelming is the word I'm looking for. My second book for the month of March is Binding 13. I'm so sorry, my camera just decided to overheat. I hope that I've put it back in the right position, the same position at least. We'll see how long we can go. Alright, third prompt for the month of March. A book with a purple cover. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the third book in the Chestnut Springs series, and this one is about Jasper, I think. So two childhood best friends, two broken hearts, one impromptu road trip to get away from everything. I've been living in the friend zone for years now. To Jasper Gervais's fans, he's just the hockey heartthrob on TV, but to me, he's still the lost boy with sad eyes and a heart of gold, the man I've loved in secret for years. So when my life falls apart on my wedding day, it only makes sense that he's the one to swoop in and save me. And when his world comes crashing down around him, I'm there to return the favour. But the more time alone we spend together, the more I start to realise that Jasper isn't looking at me like a friend anymore, and he isn't touching me like one either. He acts like he wants me, but after years of turning me away, he's going to need to prove it. I'm so excited to get back on the Elsie Silver train. I recently just read Wild Love. 5 stars. I loved it. I think every book in the Chestnut Springs series so far for me has been 5 stars, or like a 4.5. I just love Elsie Silver's writing. I think she's probably my favourite author. So, third book for the month of March is Powerless by Elsie Silver. So excited. Prompt number 4. I'm actually loving this TBR so far. A book with enemies to lovers. Okay. Ooh, this could be many different ones. Oh my god, I feel like that's probably screaming at me. I'm going to have a look and come back with a few different options. We're going to read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. So this one says, The Boy Next Door is not movie romance material. Wes has been irritating Liz since they were kids, but now it's senior year and he's made friends with Michael, her forever crush. Her annoying neighbour is her ticket to scoring the prom date of her dreams. Scheming together to win Liz her magical moment, they discover they actually like spending time together. As they grow closer, will Liz need to rethink her happily ever after? And then it says, A Grumpy Sunshine and Boy Next Door feels in the global hit that's better than the movies. And there's a little dog. Can you see that? There's a little Coco. Okay. Book number 4 is Better Than the Movies for a book with enemies to lovers. That took me way too long. Like, I was actually looking for about 15 minutes. So, if I don't get to that book, that was all for nothing. Anyway, prompt number 5. Let's see what we've got. A book that ends in an even number of pages. Okay, Now this is a really good one because I can play it to my advantage, but what do I want to read? That's the thing. I could keep going with the Chestnut Springs series. What does it end on? Did I say even or odd? Okay, that one's out. Maybe this book, the second book in the Butcher and Blackbird series. I don't know if this has got an actual name or if it's just called Butcher and Blackbird. What do you end on? Oh, 380. Oh, but that's a bonus chapter. Okay. How much is 389? 390. Okay, I'm cutting it nice and short. I want to finish this series. So this is the second book in the Butcher and Blackbird series. I read Butcher and Blackbird, it was either last month or the month before, and I loved it. It was amazing. I cannot think about Cookies and Cream Ice Cream. They're the same. If you know, you know. And then Scythe and Sparrow just came out, and I do have that one on my shelf. So if I feel like it, I can keep going with the series, but at least I've got the second one now. So the second one, it says, every killer claims a soul, every phantom wants revenge. All contract killer Lachlan Kane wants is a quiet life, but when he botches a job for his boss, Lachlan knows he'll never claw his way out of the underworld, at least not until Lark Montage offers him a deal. The catch, he has to marry her and they can't stand each other. Are you kidding me? This is an enemies to lovers book. And it just took me forever and a day to find it, and I agreed to this one. Not that I don't think it's going to be any good. I don't know. I haven't read a book by Lynn Pater before, but it is a YA romance, I think. But anyway, whatever. Lark may seem like sunshine personified, but she has her own secrets hiding in the shadows. With her family in a tailspin and her best friend's happiness on the line, she makes a vow to a man she's determined to hate, no matter how tempting the brooding assassin might be. But it's not just familiar danger that haunts them. There's another phantom lurking on their doorstep, and this one has come for blood. I'm very excited for this book. I'm excited for all of my books, to be honest, but I'm particularly excited for this one because I loved the first book, and I've only heard good things about this series. So that's book number 5. Oh, we're stacking up high, and especially because I will have another book club book as well. Look, I can't promise I'm going to finish 6, but I'm going to put them there. I am very much a mood reader, which is why having a TBR this big is just too hard. I need to have it more specified in a way, because I just cannot make a decision. So at least I can kind of read my TBR off my mood. Last prompt, book number 6, if we get to 6 books, but we shall see. A Kindle Unlimited mystery read. Okay, I actually downloaded one today, and I think it's considered a mystery. Let's have a look. It is called Love Mum. It is a standalone by Ilana Zander, I believe. Oh, one of my friends read it and marked it as 2 stars. Oh, and she only read it 2 days ago, and she wrote incredibly boring. Oh, well, that changes everything, doesn't it? Ooh. I could do The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, because I have not read any of those books yet. I'm going to do that. Okay, The Housemaid, I don't even think I need to go into details. I think everyone knows what The Housemaid is about. Last but not least, book number 6 is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I'm excited to read that one. So book number 1 that I just chose on Kindle Unlimited for a mystery read was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. And then for the book that ends with an even number of pages, I've chose Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. For a book that has an enemies to lovers trope, I have chose Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. A book with a purple cover, I have chose Powerless by Elsie Silver. I cannot wait to read this. For a book with the most amount of pages on my TBR, I have got Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And last but not least, a random letter generator which gave me the letter H. I've got How to End a Love Story. So these are my 6 books, all 5 plus Kindle. Very exciting. It is going to be a busy month because I still have the other book club book. I'm finishing one, got ACOTAR, and then another book club book. This is, look. My mum always says, you choose so many books and then you don't read all of them. And I'm like, but I do. And now she's proving me wrong. So anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. I will see you in another video. Bye. Powerless by Powerless. Standalone stereo. This one is a... Jesus Christ.